Good evening. Morning sky. Let's see. Silver senior chatty sky coming at you this evening. My husband, Eddie, Edward Sky, he passed away. Yeah, he did. Tuesday, May 27th, right next to me in his hospice bed. They have since come, the hospice people, and taken all the furniture and stuff away. They came the next day, Wednesday, and took his bedding and everything, but he passed in his sleep, very peacefully at 91. Don't we all want to go that way, right? He lived a good, long life, and he didn't suffer for long, which I'm grateful for. I really didn't want to think about having to give him morphine should the pain had increased and everything, because that was going to be the next phase. He, a couple weeks back, was in the hospital and was then diagnosed with blood cancer, leukemia, and being 91, we all, and the doctors and myself and Eddie, we couldn't see putting him through, chemo and radiation at 91. That just didn't make sense, and his body would not have endured that anyway. So it was then, talking hospice, and he was really only on hospice for a little over a week. And he went, yeah. Now, getting back to, and I'm doing okay, folks. I'm doing okay. I have my moments, and of course, he's dearly, dearly missed. And I've just been so busy too. I haven't, being busy is good in a sense that I really haven't had the time to reflect on the passing. That will, like I said, the grief, it comes in waves. It comes in certain moments. It comes, in certain things around the house when I look at them, and then it brings a lot of memories and stuff back. But I have to kind of get myself to stay focused and keep going, because my focus, and I mean no disrespect to Eddie at all. I mean, my goodness, I think when this is all settled for me is when, excuse me, I knew that was coming, is when clutter and items of collections and things that we've had over the years, because I'm a sinking ship here. I've got to try to sell it and move forward with my life. And yet I have no clue at this very moment where I'm going to go. But I think, if anything, my daughter said I could, is getting this place presentable for putting on the market. And I'm already talking and working with a realtor. And just yesterday, I had an auctioneer here, a man that we know, that we've worked with in years past. And so I trust the whole family and the source, and I'll work with them to, go the next steps of, selling and getting a little money back on some of our, more collectible, desirable items, furniture and pottery and different knick-knack things that we had as collectibles over the years. He took an awful lot out of here. I'm here, that's why you'll see me sitting, and I've got one of those collared electric heating type pad things, but it's for your neck and shoulders. I love this thing. My kids bought me this 1 or 2 Christmases ago, and I got to tell you, I had the furnace running, which I really, it's the end of May. Come on, people. I do not want to keep running my furnace. And Eddie and I did buy 100 gallons of oil a week or so ago, but I mean, my God, I don't want to run it to the ground. I need to hang on to a little bit of it for the early fall. But this is getting ridiculous. We need some hot sunshine around here so we can get out there with our sandals and t-shirts and jeans and feel like summer's going to be upon us, This is getting a bit much. This is like a cold, early, late fall day. I'm tired of it. I really am. To say the least, my nose keeps running and I had it running, it warmed it up. This is a big house too. And I've got, door stop things and closed off some sections and, it's just me and the cat and making myself a lot of warm cups of coffee and tea and just keep, trying to stay warm here. I really don't want to run that furnace if I can help it. And I really don't like going in the old cellar to have to read the gauge on the oil tank, which is hard to read as it is. And it's way over in a dark part of the cellar. And Eddie, well, if he was here, he'd tell you, it was one thing I hated to have to do, go down there and read the gauge. So anyway, time to get out of here. I'm not attached to anything. And, it would have been nice in a way if Eddie hung on a little bit longer, but, I say that only because timing sometimes is what we can't plan the time and date and all that of when we come into the world and when we leave the world, right? The earth. So I miss him dearly. The evenings are the hard time when we we had our little routine of supper time and then the 6:30 nightly news, and then it was the Wheel of Fortune, and then it was Jeopardy, and then any other programs we wanted to watch, and then by 8 o'clock he was up in bed anyway, and I would just stay up later doing my thing with eBay or, YouTube or whatever. But, yeah, it's just me now, folks. I can't stress to you young people enough to embrace each and every day and hug your loved ones a bit longer and hold them a bit tighter. Because let me tell you, coming from a 73-year-old who just lost her 91-year-old husband, my granddaughter, who was a baby here in a little playpen right there, feeding her little Cheerios and her little pigtails, was sitting with her little overalls, Oshkosh or whatever. And the years have passed. Those 13 years went by in the blink of an eye. My 17 plus years with Eddie went by in a blink of an eye. I am not kidding you. Love your loved ones dearly. And like I said, take those extra moments. Journal. Do something memorable. Make beautiful, strong memories, because it all passes and goes by oh so quickly. I can't even tell you. And it's really this year that I've really, really noticed it more and more of just how precious life is. You learn that if you're blessed enough to be here at 73 and 91, you really realize, to have loved ones, siblings, to have children, grandchildren, beautiful animals and pets that you love dearly, all of that. Good friends and family that you love. Those are gifts. Those are blessings. That's what matters, folks. Not, some fancy jewelry or this, nice chair I'm sitting in or something, or, gotta have the best of everything. No, you can't take that stuff with you. So embrace the good stuff. And for me, what's the good stuff? The good stuff is my family, my loved ones. That's the good stuff. Hang on to that and make those dear, precious moments. And if you've been estranged from someone, think now. Let my words be a tool for you. Go look that person up. Find them. Fix the problem. Do something. Or let it all go and start over and embrace each other. Life is precious, folks. It's precious. It truly is. Yeah. Don't hold grudges if you can help it. I know some things are hard to endure. I myself have a couple of circumstances, and it's hard. It's a hard one. I get it. I know that. I'm just saying, if there's something that you feel at all, just even an inkling or a sliver of hope that something could get fixed, think about it. Because life is so short. It really, really is. Yeah. And our health is wealth. Our health truly is wealth. Yeah. And like I said, Eddie went in his sleep at 91. Hooray. That's a blessing. That's a blessing. It really, really is. Yeah. And I will carry on. I know he's with me. And like I said, I am grateful that he didn't endure a lot of pain and had to suffer. He really didn't. And I know he loved me. And I know I did right by him, cared for him, and he loved me dearly. And I loved him just as much, dearly. And I wanted to come on and let you all know that he passed. Yeah, and our wishes were to be cremated, no big fancy burial or funeral. And the cost of these funeral homes today, I don't know who can really afford to go that route, or who would want to give all that money to a funeral home just to have, no, I can do it right here. And that's what we're going to do. I got to pick a date. Once I get his body's been sent to the crematory, and I'm waiting to hear back and get his ashes back and all that, and get things moving in that regard. And then I'll pick a date where I know, most of my family can be there and friends, and it'll be where anyone can come and just come and celebrate with us and share a memory or two, or some words if you want. And yeah, leave it at that. Yeah, it'll be nice. It'll be really nice. Yeah. So that's what's happening on my end of things. And like I said, I've been working fast and furious. Now my friend Maricela will be coming to stay here for a month or two with me, which is nice. I won't be alone. Not that I'm bad off being alone. I'm not. I've been fine, actually. course, don't forget, if we back up that many years ago, before I met Eddie, I was alone for a number of years on my own after my divorce from my first husband. I spent a good 7 or 8 years off and on in between a couple of shorter relationships, but I was basically on my own during that time. So I know what it's like to live alone and be alone. And I know how to keep myself busy, and I've got things that take up my time, and I'm never bored. And I'm doing okay. I ate good today. I've been eating okay, watching my sugars, making sure I'm taking my insulin and watching my numbers and how I feel and everything. So it's just me and Frankie Cat right now. But I'm glad the good weather is supposedly approaching, and thinking about getting this house on the market, and the flowers, my lilies will be blooming in a few weeks or so. So I'm almost hoping everything will be in bloom when we do have it on the market and buyers come to look at it. Now, the house needs some repairs that I will not be doing. I can't afford to do them. It needs a good paint job, and that will be noted in the listing. It needs a few other things that it's going to have to be sold as is. I've done some stuff to upgrade, and that's going to have to be pretty much it. I'm hoping that the area is a big selling factor. It's zoned commercial, and it's in a great neighborhood. The school, an elementary school, is right nearby. The bus would come and pick up any children and bring them right to the schools. The police station is just up the street, not far at all. There's a nice restaurant and the Kringle Candles just up the way. There's a car dealership right across the road. Just down the road is the center of town, where you have the town hall and a general store, library, and a post office. Everything you want in the convenience of a nice little small New England rural town. This is it, Bernardston, Massachusetts. And the people are so friendly around here. I've loved living in this town always. And yeah, that's the way it's gonna have to be. Yeah. And with your prayers too, and your thumbs up, and think about sharing a comment, a story, a like or two. Tell me how you got through it. If you're going through similar circumstances, I would love to hear from you. If you're new here, welcome. I would love to hear any advice and comments you want to make to guide and help me move forward on my journey. That big question mark is, where I'm going next. And I'm leaving a lot of it up to the universe to provide. And most of the time, the universe provides nicely. And the secret thoughts become things. So I'm putting it out there. I believe in all that. I do. And we'll see, I'm looking at some of these van nomad lifestyles are kind of intriguing. My only thing with that is that I'm not one for big highways. I'm not one for driving a big vehicle. That's not my comfort zone, but you know, I do welcome the tiny living though. We'll see. We'll see where that all leads me. I can do some learning in that regard. It's always good to learn new things, and anything you learn is knowledge, and no one can take that away from you, right? And there's so much to do still. So with that, I am going to think about saying goodbye tonight, and I love that you're with me and sharing. Hit that like, share, and all those good things. But most importantly, your comments. I love them. I love to know where you're from. And I try to respond to each comment. And my channel is growing, so I want to keep this going and move forward, So every little bit helps, right? So that's my my story, folks, and what's happening in my neck of the woods right now. And I hope you're doing well. I hope the universe has provided nicely since the last video. And until we meet again in a few days, I certainly hope the universe provides. I truly do. Thank you now, and thanks for listening. I love you all. Go do something fun with your loved one and embrace them just a tad more. Love you. Bye now.